everybody, welcome back to another video. So this week we are setting up my weekly spreads in my bullet journal for March. If you're new here, my name is Mila. Welcome in and welcome back if you are already subscribed. So all the stuff on my channel you can find is journaling, planning, that sort of content, kind of cozy. So if that's your kind of thing, feel free to subscribe and we are going to jump right in. So this is a spread that I did for my monthly setup. It's slightly different to what I normally do. I always do like a decorative side and then a side where I have my goals and my stats, but this month I also added this kind of running calendar. I tried out a full spread calendar a couple of times recently and it just doesn't seem to work for me. Like I just don't use it enough, I think, and the way that the boxes are, it just doesn't work for me right now. So I like this because it's got a little bit more writing space, and it kind of shows me what's going on in the month at a glance, and I can just kind of pop in events or key dates or anything, and March is a very busy month, so I need to fill this out. Anyway, so my theme for this month is like a cottagecore, cottage life theme. I did a cottage life kit for my Patreons on February's kit. So this is kind of everything from the kit and some of my own markers and stickers. So these stickers are from my shop, and then the markers obviously, but everything else you see is from the kit. Oh, except for these little dots as well. But yeah, everything else is from the kit. I'm going to use more of the kit for this setup as well. So this is kind of what I've used and what I've got left. So I'm excited to set it up this week because I am going to be doing a Dutch door setup for my weeklies, which I have actually never done before. I have always wanted to, but it's kind of intimidated me. So we're just going to go for it. I sat last night and I kind of mapped out how many pages I would need and where I need to cut them. So this is kind of a pretty basic Dutch door. There's a lot of really cool decorative ones that I've seen where people cut like different shapes or different kind of like vertical or horizontal cuts. But this one is pretty straightforward. In the future, I think I would love to try like a waterfall type Dutch door, but we're going basic this time since it's my first one. So stick around and we will have a little fun trying to sort this out together. I would love to know if you've ever done a Dutch door before. My plan is that instead of cutting it directly in half, I've added an extra centimeter because I figure what I might do is decorate the edges with some washi tape. And I think it's probably going to need to be more than a centimeter because the washi tape is 1.5 centimeters, and my thinking is that I would go halfway with it. It's fine, it'll work, we'll figure it out. I don't know what washi I'm going to use actually. I'm going to have to find something that works with my kit. I actually have some kind of gingham washi tapes, so that might do the job. So yeah, let me know if you've done a Dutch door before, and if you have, I'd love to see it. If you have any links or an Instagram or anything, come and check it out and get some inspiration. There's so many cool ones out there, and then I can save these for like headers and stuff that I want to do in the future, because if you've seen my journaling vlog, you'll know that I bought new markers, Colorista, but they bleed really badly, so I still want to use them because I don't want to waste them and their colors are beautiful. So I figure what I can do is with my scrap pieces of paper, I can write my headers on them and cut them out and then stick them in. So obviously then there's no bleeding onto the actual book and through the page. So that should hopefully work well. So I can save these little scraps, which is good because then it'll blend into the actual paper, because my last journal, which I use the last kind of remaining pages of for scrap paper, is like a creamy colored paper, whereas this is white, so it stands out more. So it'll be good to have some of the white paper for scraps in the future. The great thing about setting this weekly up is it means I have the whole month completed in one go. I'm going to double check to make sure. So this will be week 1. How many weeks? Let me check. So I think there is maybe, is it 5 weeks in March? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I only need 4 because the last month kind of bled into 2, so we've got the 1st is Friday. So I only need 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and that actually ends on a Sunday, which is fairly perfect. So we've got 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then 4 weeks. So I don't need to cut this one because this is going to be the end page. So I'm glad I checked that. Let me just... Do I want to rub it out? Yeah, I'll rub it out. No, I'll tell you what, I'll keep that line in for now because then I can sort of tell where to put the decorations in terms of like where it's going to fall. You can kind of see, because of the way that the paper lies, it's slightly bigger on each one, but it's not enough to make a difference, so that's fine. I think what I'll do first is figure out what washi I'm going to use. So I've got up here on the shelf, you can't see, I have a little like perspex drawer situation. And I have these gingham washis that I got before, which are super cute. So I'm trying to see which ones would actually work for... Oh, I've got this one as well for that. I feel like this is the one I've used the most. I'm pretty sure because it looks like it has the least on it, so I might have to buy new ones. If I look at the kind of colours, and honestly these probably all would work. I'm not going to use this one. I think this one's my least favorite. I'm not super into like a baby pink. I think that's why I don't grab this one. I kind of like more of a dusty pink, so I think that's why I don't grab that one. And probably the same for this one, with the whole purple thing. I'm sure it would fit in. I have some pinks and stuff in the theme, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I'll just go with one of these two. So, although they're very thick, that means it's going to take up a lot of... It's going to take up a lot of space if I... Maybe that would be okay. That actually might work, because of it being wider, it might fit better. So this is 2 centimeters. Actually, yeah, that's going to work much better. So, I'm scared if I use this one, it's going to run out. I might have different ones. So I'm going to start with this one, and if I run out... In fact, I'll go between them. I'll do this one 1 week and this one another week. And just go between them both. You're seeing real-time decision making here. I typically film my stuff and then oh, there we go. Look at that. I'm not even going to be able to use that. I'm going to save this because then I can use this for headers or something in another spread. Boo. Okay, guess this one it is. I just hope I don't run over this one too. Yeah, normally what I do is I film and then do a voiceover, mostly because I do a lot of other types of work kind of during the day, and I sometimes have like my husband here, and I don't really want to like disturb and talk and have noise in the background and whatnot. Yeah, most of the time it's just easier for me if I do, if I just film and then do a voiceover whenever I know I have the time to. But I figured this time I would talk through it since it is it's a spread that I've never done before. So I figured I would just ramble my way through it, and then you can let me know if this is the kind of content you prefer. Like, do you prefer voiceovers, or would you prefer if I talk real time, or do you like a bit of both? In the past I did some like more silent ones with just music, but I know personally I prefer it when there's talking, because I like to have them on kind of in the background when I'm working or doing things, so it's nice to kind of have the company. So yeah, if you prefer the chatty ones, let me know. And like, of the chatty ones, do you prefer the voiceovers or the real time? And even just the real time for the journaling as well. So obviously whenever I'm creating, I will edit a lot more whenever I'm doing the voiceover stuff. You know, I'll edit it and kind of cut out things and speed things up, but I'm just going to do this one real time, which means it might be longer. It just sort of depends how long this takes me and how many decisions I have to make, because the decision making process is the thing I think that takes me the longest. And you know, I cut a lot of that out of my vlog so that you don't have to sit and wait while I ramble to myself. But yeah, you can let me know. Oh, that one's coming up. I am loving this already. It's just so cute. I bet whenever oh, it's not going to go to the edge. But if I had it, like, you could see it at the edge there. It's going to be funny looking at it though from like the side. You can't even see. Anyway, I'll continue. So yeah, I tend to take a lot of time making decisions like sticker placement and that sort of thing. So you're going to see that in real time today. I've been having fun kind of showing my weekly spreads, and it's making me go outside my comfort zone and try new things, because I don't want to do the same thing every week. But also, I've just been doing the same spread for a long time, and I wanted to switch things up a bit and see if there was a better like type of spread that I could use. I've gotten so used to using the one that I have that I've not tried anything new in a long time, so who knows, there might be another spread out there that works even better for me. You know, when you kind of get comfortable. So there we go. So that's the 3. I don't know whether to like add the washi tape here or not. It might be nice just to have it here. Anyway, so on this side I was thinking what I can do is put a little mini calendar. So I need to find my calendars. Just going to stop recording and then go find them so that I don't have to edit this out, just to make the process smoother. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Turns out I didn't have any. I couldn't find any, so I printed them on the sticker paper, and then I ended up stopping for lunch. My husband came home from dropping the toddler off, so I ended up having lunch and chatting to him for a bit, but we're back and ready to go. Okay. And the reason it says December 2023 up here is because this was a printable for my Patreons for the first month that I launched. So it is a calendar for 2024. Do we want pink or brown? I think I'm going to go pink. We need March. Yeah, so I sent this out as like a little kind of welcome to Patreon thing for everybody that joined in December. In fact, you can still get it now on Patreon from like the lowest tier. It was just like a thank you, but it's still available. So anybody who joins will still be able to access it. Just kind of like a first month on Patreon thing that I wanted to do. And it's always handy to have these little calendars about your spreads. I usually use them in my future log. Have it set up here, so like this, but it's handy for like weekly spreads where you kind of want to be able to see future dates and stuff. So yeah, figured I would use it in this spread. Let me get my tiny scissors out. I mean, I guess you probably wouldn't be able to see these tiny little corners anyway, but we'll cut them off. I've been kind of looking at my printable there, looking to see what way I want to decorate things. I think I'll put the calendar here. I was thinking about putting a little something underneath it, so it's not necessarily just the calendar on the page. I need to make sure that I want to make sure it's centered. But I include like these sort of things, imagery. So I was thinking maybe I could cut one down and have it kind of sit on top. I think maybe this one at the top would work best. Let's cut it out and see what it looks like. Excited to have my whole spread set up in advance. Normally what I do for my weekly videos is I try to decorate 2 spreads, but because I'm doing the Dutch doors, I'm going to do the full thing, so it's going to be awesome to have it all done and dusted and not have to worry about it. I've been falling behind a little bit with setting up my weeklies. Today is Tuesday, so I'm a little bit behind, mostly because I knew I was going to film this video, but previous weeks I've just had a lot going on, so I ended up not doing them until maybe like a couple of days into the week, which made me feel behind. So I'm glad to be doing this spread because it means I can get all my weekly spreads done and not have to worry about it, and then I can just sit on a Sunday night and kind of map everything out. Okay, brass scissors. Just gonna eyeball this. And then I get these wee bits maybe on another page. Okay, so I'll stick this one onto the other thing first. I'm really enjoying this color palette too. I think the green brings like a nice touch into it. And then I have the green of the dress and little like stump thing. So that'll look good. Right, now test of my centering here. Can I get it straight? I think that's pretty good. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is probably the same layout on each week of boxes. Sticker cards on some the corner. It's the only issue when you're sticker paper and cutting rather than taking it off the sticker sheet. Get that a pain to see. We'll get there. I should really use my tweezers, but we got there. We're good. Okay. Now I just entered this one. This kind of works out most days as I needed to. There we go. I think that looks good. Okay, what's next? The next thing I was going to do here was like a running list of things, like reminders or things that are coming up. I mean, I guess it would be kind of something like this, but in this smaller format. Maybe I do like an important and like notes section, or like a this month, next month. It could work. Let's see what else I've got. I have some. Maybe I use the books. I could do one side like this, and then the other side. That'll work. I think I'll cut this off because that'll make it easier. Or maybe the lace. Decisions. The lace is going to take up quite a lot of space though, I think. I'll do the books. Just cut this so that I can tell better how much space it's going to take up. So this is here. Do I want it to go to the edge? Cut it to that book. We'll see what happens there. And then I can kind of align it to this so it looks like the books are kind of coming out from the page. Try that. Okay. Let's see if we can manage this. There we go. And then I can put another sticker over the top of this and do like a header. And then we can do this one halfway down. That means we're cutting the red one here right to the edge of the paper. Maybe a bit slanted. It's fine. So you have a lot coming up in. Do you want it to go to this edge? go. I think that works. That's cute. I like that. Yeah, I have a lot coming up this month, so having my planner done in advance is going to be really helpful. I have International Women's Day event that I'm going to be doing the panel and a workshop at. And then I'm building my website. I want to do my shop launch in the middle of March. And then I also have an event that I'm going to at the very end of March. And then of course it is Easter holidays for schools. So my son will be off school close to the end of the month as well. So I have a lot to do on top of like the Patreon stuff and the YouTube and all that I normally already do. So that's going to be interesting. I'll hopefully not totally burn out. Now, do I want to use one of my little headers? Like this is my really messy bundle of stickers. Still yet to organize them. I actually had them inside a little like foldable box thing. However, my box is still packed away because I did an event recently and I used it for other things. So I need to get that back out so that I can store these. And I usually just set them on my desk. Then I can flick through them. But there's a lot of a mixture of stuff here. This is what I was looking for. So they're not actually cut out. I'm going to have to cut them by hand. This is like, I tend to keep some like misprints and miscuts and stuff of stuff for my shop, and I just use them myself. But yeah, this is a mixture of functional and decorative, and actually I usually keep all of my functional stuff inside my sticker book and just keep this decorative stuff separate. In fact, let me get my sticker book. Let's see if there is any of these that are actually ready to use. Where did I put my sticker book? You know what? I can't find it. We'll just use these. So, yellow, green, orange, pink, burgundy. I think the pink matches, but is that too matchy-matchy? Do I want to maybe go like the light green to complement this? Feel too small. I'm not sure if they are. I might need to test this out. Yeah, normally these come where the stickers are actually cut, but I think what happened was it was a misprint with the registration marks on my paper for cutting with my silhouette. So I just cut off the edges, and since they're already on sticker paper, I'll just cut them down and use them myself. Handy to have a few extras, even if it means having to cut them like this. Let me get my small scissors. So yeah, I have a lot going on. I would like to get another podcast episode recorded, but I just don't know if that's going to happen this month. With a lot going on, I have to build all the listings and stuff on my website for my existing products on top of the new ones that are coming. So basically the plan is that I'm going to turn the assets from all of my kits on Patreon into sticker sheets for anybody that maybe doesn't want to join the Patreon. They still have access to the artwork as a sticker sheet format. So instead of them being printables like these big ones, they'll be like formatted into my kind of regular sized sticker sheet to use in different ways. So I've got like headers and numbers and decorative ones, so I have to work on all of that. Obviously print and get photographs and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get stuck into that. I've been kind of procrastinating because I really have struggled to know where to start with the website because it's a little overwhelming, but we'll get there. A friend has suggested that I start with just products and then work my way from there, because then I can kind of figure out the rest from there. Okay, that works well. I like this. I really should have taken out my tweezers for that last last one that I was struggling with. So much easier. And there we go. Alright, so this one is probably going to be notes and important things. I'll just write those in later. So now on to the weekly spreads. I'll either do the weekly ones and then do this as a decorative thing. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So the idea is that I'm going to use a marker, I think, to outline the boxes. I need to measure out the boxes. So what I'm going to do is fit 4 boxes into each. I know sometimes people just do the 3 and then they have 1 for the weekend, but the way that my kind of time of working works, it can kind of vary day to day how much I'm able to do. So I will just stick to having the 4 boxes so I can have an equal amount. So actually use my handy dandy thing here. So I use a Yop and Tom, and it comes with a space grid thingy so that you can kind of work it out. So if I want 4 boxes, do I want 4 boxes joined or 4 boxes with a space is the question. 4 with spaces, so I'll leave 2 at the bottom and 1 at the top. Or do I leave 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom? I think we'll leave spaces. Okay, so I'll draw, how many is it? 1, 2, 8, it's already there. Why am I counting? So that means leave a space at the top and then do this lightly because I want to go over the top of it with a colored marker. Okay, and then 1 space in between. So each space is 0.5 centimeters, so that's why I know that instead of counting the spaces, I can just do 4 centimeters, which is handy dandy. Probably don't really need to draw all of these boxes on pencil. How many across is this? 6.5, 6.5. Do I want to do the whole 6.5 all the way to there? Because that feels like I'm just going butt right up into that washi tape and it's not going to look right. Yeah, that's plenty of space. We'll do it that way instead. So here. Okay, it stopped recording there for a second, so hopefully that wasn't too long of a gap. I was just doing pencil stuff anyway, so I don't think you really missed much. Okay, now ideally I would love to be using these markers, but what I was saying before was the ghosting means I can't, especially not for just the lines. If I want to do like headers, I can do that. So I think I'm going to have to use mild liners instead. Where are my other mild liners? Do I have any in here? Let's see what color we're going to go for. Yellow. Is there any more here? I don't think any of those colors would work. Anyway, maybe. I think that's quite vibrant. This is neon. Is this neon? This is where this is going to come in handy. So that's a possibility. I don't think I want blue. I think this one's quite red, so I don't think that's going to work. Nope. So we've got brown and yellow. Alright, let's see. The green or the yellow? I feel like I want to go green just to kind of keep with the green theme. There isn't too much yellow in my kit apart from the actual like gingham paper. So, or do I do yellow border and do headers of the gingham with the day? Maybe I'll do that on the second week. Okay, I'm gonna do green on this week, then maybe next week I can do the yellow with the gingham. Let's do this. Just commit. This is what I was talking about earlier with the indecision. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned either. My husband is home, so if you happen to hear clicking or typing, he is in the room with me. We share an office, so that is what that noise is if you hear it. Sometimes my lines are super wobbly, sometimes they're not. But I'm too impatient to use a ruler every time, especially because when you use a ruler with a marker, it can smudge quite easily, so I just avoid it. I'd rather a little bit of a wobbly line than a smudged page. And green is not a colour I tend to go for, so this is an interesting development for my spreads. I have been wanting to use more colours, but just trying to find like a good balance, because this is more of the kind of green I would go for, this sort of deep olivey dusty colour, versus these kinds of colours. They're a bit brighter than what I would normally do. So let's get, do we want to put the number at the start? So what date will we be on? So it's the 27th today. And then Monday will be the 4th. That makes sense. Yep. So let's start with the 4th. These are a little tiny bit off cut because I did them without a registration. So yeah, let's just do the whole thing. Yeah, so I did them without a registration, which means they are slightly off cut. Sorry, there's a siren in the background. That's actually the second one I've heard today, so hopefully everything's okay. Yeah, so they're slightly off cut, but it's fine. I just didn't want to have to deal with cutting around these tiny cups. Like, it's fine if you have the time. I just don't have the time. Oh no, oh well. Like, I could sit for hours cutting and sticking and stuff in my journal, but because I have a lot going on, it is nice to have the option to be able to just have them cut for you so that you can get it placed down nice and quickly. Crooked. I risk pulling it up. Kind of testing my new paper here. I've got new paper. This is matte. I used to do just vinyl, but then I used a different type of matte and I just wasn't really 100% happy with it, and I just kind of rejigged things in my shop, and I'm quite liking the way that this one is turning out because it feels slightly repositionable. I wouldn't leave it for ages and then take it off, but you know, I was able to pull it up a little bit and fix it, so that's nice that it didn't rip the paper. A good sign. Okay, so that is the first one. Let's see, I'll use this for 1 week and this for another week, but I think what I'll do is I'll use some days of the week stickers if I can find any amongst this mess of a stash. Okay, so these stickers falling everywhere. See, these is another off print, so you may not be able to see it, but there's lines going through it. My printer was printing weird that day. Oh, and then we got these, which are actually a friend of mine's calligraphy. So I did a custom kit for her, and it's something that I'm hoping to bring to the shop. I just still haven't got around to it. And alongside like my usual stickers that I do with the days of the week and the little like yearly one or dates and the socials and stuff in the kind of kit that I do. She did the handwritten calligraphy for me, and I did them in her colours, and then I also she said that it was okay that I was able to print them in my colours too, which was very nice of her. So I've got these. So I might use these. Yeah, I think I'll do these ones. It's super cute. I love her handwriting. I had calligraphy style stickers. I made them like right at the very beginning, but I just used the font. And I loved how they looked. And I don't know why I just never brought them to the shop. I just never did. So seeing these again makes me want to bring back my calligraphy ones. I mean, not my calligraphy ones, my font ones. These are actual handwritten calligraphy, which feels very fancy. So these are by my friend Sandra from Canon Designs. I will link her below. She does lots of really cool like watercolor and nostalgic sort of stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have put this here. I really was not thinking. It's another test. Yay! It worked. Okay, I'll just pop this back on the paper for the next week. Thank goodness. Why didn't you tell me? Okay, I'll just do like notes and stuff here, or a little bit of decoration maybe. And then next week. So let's see. Here's my ruler. What width did we do these ones? 6. This is gonna have to be smaller. Should be okay. We left one. So what I'm gonna do, instead of drawing every single box again, I'm just gonna go like this. Let's give it a little quicker. I also just finished reading the book that I've been reading for a while. I've kind of like been in the middle of reading these 3 different books. I kind of was in a bit of a reading slump, so I'd read some of one and then I wouldn't want to read anymore, and then I would pick up another book and read some of it, and I was in a bit of a slump. And then in January I read the X-Hex, which was just a really like cozy, easy kind of shorter read. So it kind of got me back in my groove of reading again. So the book that I just finished was Red Rising, which was a really good book. I'm excited to read the next one. But February, I've decided is the month where I am going to finish reading, or hopefully finish reading, the books that I've all started. I've started 2 other ones, Legends and Lattes and Crooked Kingdom. So I'm going to finish those, and then I will finish those, and then I will move on to the next in the Red Rising series. So my husband read the first one first. I think we have the other ones already, so we get him to read the second one, and then whenever I'm finished my books, get ready to read the second one as well, so we can talk about it. Whenever he read the first one, he figured that he didn't know anybody to talk to about it, which is understandable, because when I read it, it was great having someone who already knew what happened to be like, OMG, remember this happened. And then we're gonna add these as like headers. Cute. I love being able to like layer decorative elements like this. I usually do it with washi tape, so it's quicker with washi tape. You'll maybe have seen in past spreads like this. I love doing it like that. So let's see, how big do we want this? Maybe just like the centimeter. So let's line this up. How many do we need? 7. I've also started a new series. Well, it's not new, it's new to me. I'd never seen it before. Is Supernatural, and I didn't realize quite how many seasons it had. So I feel like I'm going to be at it a while. I'm going to take a break here and there. I just finished watching the Vampire Diaries. These are just shows I never got around to watching, so why not? So I finished the Vampire Diaries, and then my friend told me to watch the originals as well, but I just fancied something a little bit different, so I stuck on Supernatural. It kind of feels like it's just you know, like those kind of crime shows you see, and every episode there's a new kind of crime to solve. It's kind of like that, but obviously supernatural. I'm sure many of you have probably already seen it and are rolling your eyes at me for explaining something that has been out for many years. But it's new to me, so maybe some of you haven't seen it either. Okay, that works. Alright, let's get sticking these. Where's my tweezers? This is the problem. You want to see my desk outside of this? It's chaos. Once I'm finished, once I'm finished filming, my desk just turns into utter chaos from all of the mess from planning and stickers, and I end up losing my scissors or my tweezers or my ruler and everything, even if I've just set it down. Finally, we did it. Let's get all these little scraps. The sun is coming out, so I'm having to adjust the brightness as I go. Hopefully it's not too oversaturated in some of those. Right, let's get our days of the week so we can put our 11 back in. Little teacups are so cute. I love like coming up with the different ideas now for the Patreon kits to have the days of the week on different things. It's like different fun ways to have them that's not your standard days, because the ones that I do are typically on a square. I know a lot of people do the circular ones, but mine are usually square like this. But this is nice. And I'll leave this blank for notes again, or just things to remember. It's coming together nicely. Okay. I might use some of my own in this one. I feel like the brown might go quite well. I'll do these ones. So this is like probably one of my best sellers in my shop is these colors. These ones are slightly off, but they should be from the ones I sell, which is why they're in my pile to use. They came out just a touch more saturated than they should. Whenever I was printing them, I printed them on the wrong setting, but I created this kit and it was like all neutral colors, like the peachy pinks and browns and natural tones, and then I liked them so much that I changed my branding to match. So yeah, I guess everybody else likes the colors just as much. Okay, so we got week 1, week 2, and what are we gonna do for week 4? Should we switch back to the green? Maybe we go brown. Do we go brown this time? Go rogue. I really love this though. Maybe I just do this one again, and then I do the green for the last one again. I think I'll do it. Or I'll do green and then I will alternate them. So and get this. I should just use a ruler. I was trying to wing it a little bit too much there. There we go. I've lost my ruler now. There it is. I'm not actually going to use my ruler. I'm just going to use it to guide me for where I need to do the. I'm getting impatient now. Can you tell? I just don't want my battery to run out whenever I'm filming. Hopefully it won't. So what do we think? Should I add in more colour like this to my journals? I think I'm so used to doing the kind of neutral colours. But doing the Patreon kits is kind of getting me out of my comfort zone. Because I have more colour within those kits than I usually do from the stickers that I make for my shop. So, what do we think? Do we like that I'm adding more colour? Do you prefer the neutral spreads? Let me know in the comments. There we go. In fact, I'm just going to turn the page and do the exact same thing to this so that we have that done and dusted. I quite like the look of this little spread. I think it's nice having the Dutch door so that you can see kind of at a glance things and then the month. I know some people will do it where they have like trackers here, so if they're doing any habit tracking, they have that to the side, and then it means you can kind of track it throughout the months instead of having it week to week. I tend not to really track anything. I've tried using trackers in the past and I just end up not using them. Maybe I'll try again in the future, but right now I just end up forgetting. So I stopped using them because it was a waste of space. Same with the calendars. That's why I tend not to do the big double page spread for calendars. I've tried them a couple of times and I just tend not to use them. So why bother? I think before when I was journaling, it was like you had that feeling of you have to do this because this is what everybody else does, but that's silly. The joy of the fact that bullet journaling is so flexible is that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. You can do what fits your needs. Okay, let's decorate these ones. So we did these. Do we think maybe we could put the green ones? I feel like these ones are too big. Maybe it's gonna give them less space to work on here. Maybe we go for it anyway, shall we? Let's pull one off and test and see what this looks like. I don't know if I enjoy that. It might be too big for the spread. I feel like I need like a big double page spread for those bigger stickers to work. I don't know. Maybe I go for it anyway. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just use them. They're here to be used. I should really add my little teacups as well. This kind of works out well having the teacups afterwards actually, because that means then I can overlap them. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. I'll not really be paying too much attention to my camera. That's when I know I'm enjoying doing my spreads, whenever I'm not actually paying that much attention. I think that the cuts on these ones again are a little bit funny. So you can see there's more of a white border at the top than at the bottom, which bugs me. But again, these are just for my use, so I don't have to worry about it. If it was for my shop, it would be a different story. It would not get past quality check. Saturday and okay. I'm liking how it's looking more now. It's coming together. Sometimes it just doesn't look good at the start. You gotta just persevere, get past the messy phase. What time are we on anyway? 20 to 2. That's good. By the time I finish this, it will give me more time to work on some client work that I'm almost finished. So I can hopefully finish that for the day. And that'll be me good to go. And then I can record more tonight. So I think I must have got off track with my reading journal talk earlier. I'm going to record my reading journal tonight for the book that I have just finished, the Red Rising book. So if you're interested in seeing my decorative spread for my reading journal, you can have a look at that. What I tend to do is decorate the page, and then afterwards I will write in it to kind of talk about how I felt about the book and my thoughts on it and whatnot. I try to write in a way that's not a spoiler. I don't think I put any of the writing into the last video, but I'm sort of afraid of writing so much that it might spoil it for people, so I have to be careful about what footage I put in. I suppose I can always just put in like a spoiler warning, so if people haven't read it, then they just skip the part where I write in the book. 31 days? Yes, it's 31 days. I always have to sing that rhyme to myself about the days of the week. And then we will use these little cuties, these little like stamp things. Again, they're offcut because of my machine, but give you an idea of what they look like. Focus. Come on, there it is. They're cute. I mean, I could cut around them, but oh well, you can't really do that much. It's fine. Good. Okay, what is next? Decorative stuff. Should I put the door? Oh, that would be cute, wouldn't it? Do you want to put something underneath? Like this, or a different color? Do we do the yellow? It's like the perfect size. And then put the door on top. Here. Let's try that. I think that's a good idea. Sticker paper is not my friend today. Oh, there we go. Covers the line too. Just this side. Okay, let's stick this down. The cut lines on these ones weren't quite as off. Let me just make sure. A little bit crooked, is it? Oh well. It'll do. Can I get it up? Do I want to risk it? Oh, okay, I'm literally holding my breath. That's better. There we go. That turned out much better than I expected. And then make a little like collage of sorts here. I don't know if I want to do anything functional on this side or not. So we've got notes, important dates. Maybe I should do a habit tracker. No, I don't need it. I'm not going to do it. Maybe I just mirror the bottom. It's going to be just a little like in-between bit. That could work. let's do that. Why not? There we go. We can put the nice dress on it, or do a little collage with the jumper and the little book, maybe. That'd be nice. This is the bigger version of the teacup. I just removed the mushrooms to do the days of the week things. Do you have room for the bunny? Or even the teacup? Oh, I nearly ripped the bunny's head off. Whoops. Cool. And then I have a couple of sparkles here I can use. Even have a little moon saying so my name is looking a bit. Really hot. Okay, I can leave that one. Some of these are not reusable. Yeah, I think that's it for the sparkles. I'm gonna use this tiny dot, maybe. Okay. I think that might be it. Although I'm starting to think maybe I should put the little squares here, because I've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4 boxes. So let's do this here. And we can do this one, I think. Do it right in the center. Does that look weird? Oh well. I think it looks okay. And then maybe the blue one actually. Or we do the little pie. I'm be more careful tearing stickers off. That's cute. And then, okay, the camera cut off just as I was placing the sticker, but I was finished anyway, so I thought I would just take the camera off and I can do a little bit of a look through. And I thought I would give you a bit of a glance at what I was talking about before with how much my desk gets messy. Anyway, that is basically it for the spread. I had a lot of fun setting this one up, and I really like how the Dutch doors turned out, so we'll see if it functions well with the space that I've got for each of the weekly spreads. I'm feeling pretty productive getting the whole month set in one go, so let me know what you think. I will finish off here. So I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of my weekly spreads, let me know in the comments below, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next one.